Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10 of Candid Conversations with City Block. Can't believe we've been doing these for 10 episodes worth. And today we are joined with our dear friends from Big Blue Spark. So if this is your first time watching Candid Conversations, we are doing these to share the stories and behind the scenes of our clients because they're all doing really important work to make St. Louis a better place. And Big Blue Spark is actually another agency that's behind the scenes quite a bit. So from one boutique firm to another, we're excited to have them today. So just if this is your first time, I'm Lindsay. I'm the founder of City Block Communications.
I'm Amanda, and I'm the Director of Content Strategy for City Block.
I'm Lexi, and I'm the Media and Marketing Associate.
Thank you. Okay, so Kevin and Chris, thank you again for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Can you tell those watching a little bit more about Big Blue Spark and your journey?
Sure. Kevin, want to take it away, or?
I was gonna let you go, but if you want me to ramble, yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Ramble away.
Cool. I'm Kevin, one of the managing partners of Big Blue Spark. We are an events creative and virtual, I guess that's the thing now, virtual experience company. Given the time and that it's 2021, or is it 2020 part 2? That's to be determined. Yeah, we help our clients create impactful ways to reach their audience through different forms of events or media.
Yeah, pretty much in a nutshell. And I'm Chris Marino, the other managing partner of Big Blue Spark, and what a journey it has been. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. Thank you for being here.
We're really excited to have you here. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your journey, or I guess like what inspired you to start Big Blue Spark? How did you get here?
Well, Chris, I'll let you start because your story kind of starts it off, and then I'll hop in.
So we're kind of, our worlds have kind of been interwoven like for years. I used to work at the Foundation for Burns Jewish Hospital, a lovely place, and I was a client of Kevin's, and he did a lot of my talent buying for a huge gala that I used to plan. And it was, I don't think we ever met in person or in, it was all phone, email, and eventually I ended up moving on and starting my own event management company, but I didn't have any experience at all with the technical side of things. I'm more, concept and management and decor and that kind of thing. So a friend actually suggested that he and I get together for lunch one day. And so we did. And 2 hours later, Kev?
It was like 2 hours later and a few beers later. I think it was the beer that helped make the decision so easy.
Mm-hmm. It was.
That sounds bad, doesn't it?
Is that right? I don't know. It sounds a little odd, but yeah, no, it was great. Yeah. So it was, I don't know. And it's been 2.5 years and we've been really in sync, and I think we balance each other really well, which is nice. So.
Yeah, it was super crazy because we'd never met in person, and then I got out of the events business for a couple years. And apparently in St. Louis, you never really get out of the events business. People just kind of keep roping you back in. And our buddy told us we should meet up and talk about some ideas, and we did. And 2 hours later, here we are, and we floated our way through 2020. Now we're here.
Yeah, we are.
Great.
So you guys started 2 years ago. So having this 2020 be one of your primary, I guess, years, like, you guys are still new figuring this out. How was that? What did you guys do to kind of overcome some stuff and really change the dynamic you'd set?
So obviously we started in events, live events, in-person events, such a foreign concept, I know. but because it was one of our first years in business together, I think our pivot was pretty easy. I hate to say easy, it was scary as hell at the beginning. I think everyone was scared, but we knew that it was going to be fine.
Yeah, I think we were lucky to the point where we were so new that we haven't, St. Louis, like a lot of people knew who we were. A lot of people didn't necessarily know what the business was. But that also means that the business didn't have a lot of time to be branded as just this one thing in this one lane in this one aisle. And we were able to, take everything that everyone knew that we were in this box and be like, all right, well, we are this, but now we're going to stay true to like what this core is, but now we're going to actually get outside of that box a little bit. So I think being new and being, a young company helped. I mean, if we'd been around for 20 years and we'd just been known for, awesome events with lots of drape and uplights around the corner, I think it would have been a much different story. So Lexi, kind of answer your question more. It's like getting through that. It was either do we just fold up shop and just say, oh, well, game's over, or, do we find a way to, continue to be creative and just in a different space? And I think that's what we did. Now, if we're doing any good at it, I don't know. That's
We've definitely had a lot of fun doing it, though.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
So we've been working with you all for quite a while. I think just like your kind of your first meeting over beers, I think our first meeting was also over margaritas at Mission Taco. Shout out. And 2 margaritas in, we decided to become long-term partners. And it's been quite an honor to work with you, because if anyone's had to pivot through 2020, it's truly event producers. And you have found a way to really communicate your events and do it in really interesting ways. You don't have to give any trade secrets away, but what's worked well for you all in pivoting to virtual?
keeping things short.
Unlike that question I just asked you.
Yeah. So
I don't know how that happened.
Sorry,
just kidding.
That was totally not. It was totally a dig, Lindsay.
I know. Respect.
Yeah, keeping it short, but making great partners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's been super helpful and will set us up forever.
For sure. And I think like the biggest thing, especially like all this virtual like creative and live streaming, it's all super, super tech heavy. So like talking to the experts, like we made some really good friends and they really coached us through a lot of it and how to do it and became really good partners. So yeah, just talking to people was super helpful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to that point, tech heavy, so totally not my wheelhouse, right? So trying to find ways to make it aesthetically beautiful, but functional, and also just allowing a lot of space for creativity, because there is so much room for creativity and doing something just a little bit different. And that's something that we really love to do. When somebody tells us, we just don't want to be the same, that's like a dream come true for us. We have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, that's the thing. And like so many people ask us like, so like, what are you guys doing? What are you seeing? You know, and I'm just like, hey, just don't even worry about that. Like just do something completely, you know, out of the ordinary of what you would typically do. Mm-hmm. If there's any time to try it.
Mm-hmm. It's now.
Now's it.
Now is the time. I mean,
yeah.
It's, you know, you don't have to worry about pleasing, you know, your core group in a ballroom right now. It's, you know, let's figure out a best way to deliver your message. And it doesn't have to be conventional. It doesn't have to be, we're going to take what was this live event in this room and put it on a sound stage or whatever. Mm-hmm. No, let's do crazy stuff. Let's do campaigns. Let's do 3D videos. Let's mail you weird, you know, let's mail you Play-Doh. Like what?
Literally.
So
yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I think it's so cool.
It does. It sounds like a lot of fun, and like you just get you get to let your creativity run wild. but I'm sure in those moments you have to reel yourself in too. And I was just wondering, like, what were some of like the biggest challenges you faced in actually planning events in person or virtual?
I would say
Good
for
question.
virtual, in my opinion, it's overcoming that barrier with people that they just don't understand it. They can't see how it will actually work. Like in person, they know that formula, right? They know I come in, I have a cocktail hour, we break for dinner, program, boom. But in the virtual setting, that's completely different. And people just had a hard time wrapping their heads around it. But once we were able to make them see it, even just, in concept form, it was, that was amazing.
Yeah. It took a lot of education throughout the year because there was no sample. There was no sample size, and what there was out there wasn't, particularly great, to no fault of anyone else's. It's just,
right.
You don't know what you don't know. And if no one's ever really done it, no one really knows what it should be or what it should look like. So especially just the education process and getting people to trust different techniques. I would say that's definitely the hardest part, is keeping people on board and, letting them know it's like, hey, I know it's a weird year, but now more than ever, you need to be in front of people.
Right.
Like now is not the time to, pack it up and go home.
Definitely.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just have so much respect for you guys doing what you're doing, especially now, because I did event planning in college and a little bit my job right out of college that I had to lose because COVID. So just having so many, that brought me here. So it's all good. But a lot of just seeing a lot of doors close with event planning is a big one. And me looking as how do I find a job right now if that's what I'm specializing in, like that. It's such a high standard. So I just appreciate seeing you guys being open to change and saying there's no right or wrong answer. We're winging it, we're doing it, and it's going great. And that's just part of it. And I think people get so stuck in having a formula for event planning, and it's this is the perfect time to do the freedom, like you said. So I think it's been kind of cool now that we're getting used to the new normal to kind of take advantage of this. But yeah, I just think it's really cool what you guys have done just from the pictures and everything. So
thank you. And I think you're hitting on something really cool. And I think so many people come to us and they're always like, well, you're the experts, you tell us. And I'm just like, I mean, yeah, we could tell you what's gone well, but it's how about we sit and talk and work together to, create something that's unique and that we're all going to be super happy with.
And invested in.
Yeah.
They have to be.
So,
yeah.
Big Blue Spark really does everything. You're a super comprehensive firm. So can you just tell, so we might have some folks that have just tuned in and they didn't catch the beginning. Can you tell them a little bit about Big Blue Spark, your process, what you do, and because you are one of the best in the biz.
Oh,
if not the best, sorry. I'm gonna the best in the biz.
And just like that, our fee just doubled. Thanks, Lindsay.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to start sending a rider to all of our clients now. No green M&Ms.
Only peanut.
Only peanut M&Ms.
I love it. Yeah,
Sure.
Talk about everything that you do.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
not a one-stop shop. You offer, you really are on this journey with your clients from start to finish. What does that look like? And again, don't give your trade secrets away, but let our clients know what they get when they hire Big Blue Spark.
I guess I'll take this away. I think Chris has kids screaming in the background. So Big Blue Spark, I mean, we help everything from the very beginning to the very end. And it's also just depending on what you need. We can be as involved or not involved as you want. So helping, during the discovery process and helping people theme events coming up for creative. So with graphic design of creative suites, save the dates, invitations, any other fun material that you want to be part of your engagement event, campaign, whatever. Obviously, everything from timeline management, budget management, to all the pre-production needs to actually on-site execution. And obviously
video
virtual
production.
Yeah, video production's a thing that we've been diving heavily into, and that's not to take away some of our buddies at like Spot or whatever, but because they're a great partner of ours. Yeah, we've been kind of dabbling in everything. I mean, even talent buying. I mean, we do some stuff for, Bud Light. We help provide some people for Humane Society. It's like, you want a celebrity, we can help you get them too. So I would say anything event and creative right now is, we're kind of in it.
Awesome.
So what's next? What are you guys looking forward to in 2021?
Well, I think one of the most fun things I'm really looking forward to is what we have in development right now. And Lindsay was just over here launching a new online mini series called Unscripted, and it's just going to kind of take people in a little bit of the day of the life of an event producer in the age of COVID. It's just some kind of behind the scenes and just kind of how we do it and what we do and who are some of the fun people we're working with. I think that's something I'm really looking forward to in 2021.
Same.
And then, I mean, what else is that? I mean, just trying to keep evolving with the landscape. People ask us every day, what's third quarter going to look like? What's fourth quarter going to look like? I don't know.
Nobody
knows.
I don't know.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
Are you going to start dabbling in mixed events, so in person and virtual?
Yeah, we have a couple in the works right now, kind of spread throughout the year, mostly outdoors. That's kind of the main component there. It's, again, one of those things that's, I think, the new trend. I don't think that's a surprise or anything. I mean, but people knew that was coming, because I think virtual has opened so many doors for a lot of organizations to have a further reach than they ever have before, which is fantastic. So that part's not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, hybrid events are going to be a new challenge, but a fun one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And that's definitely something like I would love to encourage people to kind of stick with is, you have this platform to reach so many more people than just outside of the four walls that you're in or whatever, particular space. Let's keep reaching people. Like, why limit yourself? So I think it should be like a lot of cool things that come from this.
Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. So if anyone watching wants to learn more about Big Blue Spark, where can they go to do so?
BigBlueSpark.com. There we go.
It sounds.
Boom.
And I think all of our handles on social media are also just Big Blue Spark. So.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's really a joy for us to help tell your story because you're both you're masters of your craft, and you put your heart and soul into every one of your clients' events. So I hope that if there's anyone out there watching and they need an event producer, it's Big Blue Spark, best in the biz.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here, you guys. Wonderful. And everyone that's watching, thank you for tuning in. As we've said, these are weekly conversations where we get to kind of settle in and have conversations with our clients and just share their stories. So thank you all for being on this journey with us each week. We'll continue doing it. 2021 isn't going to stop us from telling our stories and having these conversations. So we'll be back next week. Thanks, guys. Have a good day, everybody.